Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the FearFans podcast. I'm your host, Don Elmy. With me is Chris, and Kate should be joining us soon. And Nick, unfortunately, can't join because he's been exhausted today. When I called him, he was like resting up, and I just told him, hey, don't even worry about the podcast time, man. You just get some rest. We'll talk later. So,
That's needed sometimes.
oh yeah, for sure. All right. So yes, indeed. Here we go again, Thomas. Yep, we're covering the final nail in the coffin of the Jaws franchise, Jaws: The Revenge, released in 1987. This movie sucks.
Yeah, I do remember it. I haven't, like I said, I haven't watched it in a while, but I remember it sucking.
Yeah, for me, this is the worst sequel of all time, and also one of the worst movies ever made. And
Even Sharknado sequels.
no, no, at least Sharknado is like a funny kind of bad. This is just bad, unenjoyably bad.
I'll
Because
give you that.
yeah, but for so long now, there have been rumors about a possible reboot or a possible remake, and let's just say that my expectations of that are just about as low as this movie's score on Rotten Tomatoes.
So a reboot of Jaws completely? Would they CGI that?
Yeah,
Would it be
more than
better?
likely. I mean, Steven Spielberg actually said that if CGI had existed in 1974 when they filmed the movie, it would have been a mess. He truly believes it would have been a mess.
You wouldn't have had the hidden shark to start off, and
Yeah.
it would be completely different.
Yes. Worst one of the worst movies ever. You're right, Leon. Oh, I do enjoy that game Maneater. I love it. And yeah, I started doing a live stream out of the game Maneater because like it's Jaws' 50th anniversary this week on the 20th actually, and so some people have been saying I should play Maneater, and I have been. Where you play as a bull shark and go after people. It's pretty much like a modern version of that Jaws game, Jaws Unleashed for the PS2. Yeah, I would. It's like yes, Jaws Unleashed on PS2. Is that the best game? No, but definitely has far more entertainment value than Jaws: The Revenge. I would rather. Yeah, I would rather play Jaws Unleashed for the rest of my life than watch a single minute of Jaws: The Revenge ever again.
Did you watch it to refresh your memory for this
No,
show? No.
no, I'd
Like
say
I
no.
don't have to. It's.
It's
I don't
there.
want to visit hell again.
Yeah. The last time I watched this movie is when me and Nick reviewed it a few years ago. I played it for him because I already know this movie well. So he hadn't seen it yet. So I was like, okay, if we're gonna review this, we'll watch it together. Yeah. So
And
that's
it's like they just skipped over 3D and forgot it existed, right?
right. It
Yeah,
completely cancels out 3D, so the Jaws 3D. So no Bess Armstrong, no Leah Thompson from Jaws 3D in this.
that's what I thought. I couldn't remember exactly, but that's what I was thinking.
Even a few of them are, but not all of them. There were still some pretty bad ripoffs. I believe I saw one of those ripoffs on Mystery Science Theater 3000 a while back.
When I was searching either yesterday or today to watch it so I could refresh my memory, there was all kinds of like Jaws and whatever after it. Not actual Jaws movies, but other shark movies, Shark Jaws. Well, Joe was jumping in. Hi, Joe.
Oh,
And it just like freaked my mind how many rip-offs and bad shark horror films there are.
oh yeah, totally. Yeah, it's like gotten to the point where it's just played out. Like if they remade Jaws, they would pretty much showing the exact same story we've seen a bunch of times, not just in the sequels to Jaws, but the ripoffs.
Yeah. I wish I could remember the one I clicked on because its trailer looked like something we could make with a bad cell phone in like 30 minutes.
They play the. Oh yeah, I gotta check that out later on. Yes.
Anyway, sorry.
So how's it going, Joe?
Not too bad. I just woke up
Nice.
from a nap.
Yeah. So you're energized. All right, that's good.
Well, it's hotter than hell out there today.
Oh, it is. Yeah, like I feel bad for my family because they're up at a lake house a little further north of Illinois, and their AC conked out. I was just on the phone with my mom. Yeah, like I was calling my parents to see how things were going up there, and they said AC is not working. They got fans going through the place, and repair guy doesn't come until 6 a.m. tomorrow. So I'm just like, oh my god, that's got to be.
Well, you gotta be this weather. You gotta be careful, especially people like me. Saturday, I had a heat stroke again.
God, that sucks.
Oh
Hey,
man.
Dom.
Oh,
Oh, I hope you're okay. Hey Dom.
we're at. Well, I was lucky because while we were at this
Hey,
family
Storm
function,
Bender.
family function out near Hillsboro, what was it, Lafarge? We were in Lafarge.
Oh,
I had a heat stroke, and there was medics on site. You know, a couple of paramedics. They were walking around because they were part of the family. So
Good.
well, that's good.
it's like at least they got help there, so I got
Yeah. So,
recovered real fast.
oh yes, I'm glad you got help right away, Joe. Yes. Actually, Dominic, as far as this movie, I consider this to be the polar opposite sequel. While you look at the first movie, you could think about all the great things about it, all of the terror, the suspense, the characters, and none of that exists in Jaws: The Revenge.
No, it was horrible.
It's like where to even start with this? I mean, oh here, yes, Billy, here, Michael Caine. Yes, this was pretty much a paycheck movie for Michael Caine. He did this to pay off a summer home. Oh, and also he missed out on accepting his Academy Award which he won Best Supporting Actor in 1987 to work on this movie.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That's interesting fact, dude.
Oh my god. Seriously, I look at him think I'm looking at the movie. I'm just like, come on, Michael Caine, you're better than this. You know, you've. I'm just glad that he moved on to bigger and better things. Constantly working with Christopher Nolan a bunch of times before retiring from acting.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, the Dark Knight trilogy, Inception. I mean, the list goes on.
The opening scene was great, Don says.
They have a
Uh,
different guy doing special effects because that shark looked so fake.
yeah, they did, and
Worse than Jaws 3.
yeah, even worse. And we owe Jaws 3D an apology. Okay, Jaws 3D is still bad, but not as bad as this. Hey, Sarah, what's up? How's it going? Yeah, so,
Unfortunately, I watched it today.
oh man,
Oh, good. You found it at least. Okay, good.
oh, jeez. Yeah, and also Lorraine Gary was who plays Ellen Brody in the Jaws 1, 2, and then this one, who like was had right before being in this movie had been retired from acting, but was called back in to reprise the role one last time, and then Jaws: The Revenge ended up being the very last movie she ever starred in.
I can see why.
Oh my god! In other words, yep, the shark still looks fake. Yes, thank God there's no Jaws 19. I'm just the one. That's the one thing that I'm glad that Back to the Future Part 2 got wrong about. But I'm still waiting for those flying cars.
I'm
Huh. Hey, there
waiting
was
to use it. And the real hoverboards.
Is a British national treasure. Yes, definitely. But I will say, I will admit this though. The first time I ever saw him in a movie was when he was in Goldmember, playing Austin Powers' father.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he just retired from acting recently. Kay, yes, he turned 92. So, but
Oh,
I gotta say, well earned. I yeah, but I gotta say though, well earned retirement. You know, the guy put his absolute all in his career.
yeah. He's amazing.
Yeah, sure, it's definitely one of the best. No. You know what's one of the best movies ever? This.
The real Jaws.
Yeah,
The
the real.
original.
This is the real Jaws. And there's plenty of things that. Okay, I guess we just start from the beginning. So this completely ignores everything from Jaws 3D. You know, so there's no Leah Thompson coming back in this. So yeah, Sean Brody now works as a deputy, you know, trying to follow the footsteps of his dad, you know, Martin Brody, who was the hero in the first two films, who apparently had died in between movies because of anxiety of sharks, even though he had faced down and killed not one but two sharks. So that feels like a total insult to the character right there.
yeah, yeah, it did.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
Mel Brooks. Yep, Mel Brooks. He's a legend. But oh hey Braxton, what's up?
Hey, Braxton.
Thanks for tuning
Yeah,
in.
Spaceballs 2.
Yeah, they're definitely having that.
Search
Oh,
for woman.
Babyface. Hey, sitting ducks. Wow, everybody's tuning in. I'm loving this. Oh, and also, yeah, Jeremy Point just pointed out that this takes place during Christmas time and also New Year's
Yeah.
because the reason why they did that is because they actually filmed this in January to try to like secure a summer release as best as they possible. Because you could just tell this movie was completely rushed, like no serious effort was put into it, unlike this. And also, I just feel bad for like the actor who played Sean, who had to film his scene in the winter. In January, water like being in that water. Oh, like
It's
yeah,
like going wading in the river in the middle of this winter. Yeah,
yeah. But yeah, Mitchell Anderson, who played Sean, in this I really looked into how he did that stunt. Said it was filmed in January, Martha's Vineyard, saying it was cold. Let's see, there was at least just one stunt man for using that scene who was pulled underwater, and he did the rest. Let's see, they wanted to make the effect of it like as gruesome as possible, so they had to use like all sorts of mechanisms to like create that effect for make like the arm that was chopped off by the shark. And for some reason, that actually reminds me of George. That actually not for some reason. It absolutely reminds me of Georgie from It. Having his arm, and he's wearing yellow too.
right.
Have you guys seen the Spaceballs 2 trailer? Oh, I guess I got to see it. I'm gonna release a reaction video to that tomorrow.
I don't know if it was the trailer I saw or just like the teaser, but whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I finally saw
Alien dinner scene grosses me out. Oh yeah, Alien,
it.
my favorite horror film. Yeah, that's one of the most iconic scenes in horror history, and none of the cast knew that was going to happen. Hey, how's it
but,
going?
but it's great in Spaceballs,
Yeah, it's hilarious in Spaceballs. I like how they got John Hurt to reprise his role for that.
right?
Yeah,
And then it starts singing "Hello, my baby." Hello, my...
yeah,
Anyway,
and also and the editing in that scene where he was being pulled under, where when he was being attacked and then pulled out under, like the editing was so choppy, like it was hard to tell what was going on.
yeah.
Yeah, and one error that I noticed right before the shark even bites onto Sean's arm, there was blood already in the water. So yeah, go figure. Hey Tom, how's it going? Oh here, what's your question, Billy? Here, can't blame him. Oh yeah, I can't blame him for hating working there. But oh yeah, and let's see. Oh, another name that stood out to me was Lance Guest, who played Mike Brody. It's no longer Dennis Quaid. I wish it would. He refused to return. I'm pretty sure we can see why. Yeah, Tom, come on. Yes, that's right. Come on, Tom, join us.
Come on, Tom. I can't do the accent, but come on, Tom.
Yeah, come on. I can't do it. He can do Arnold Schwarzenegger way better than me.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, but
you can do it
yeah.
in your Nick Cage voice.
Wait, what?
Do it in your Nick Cage voice.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to become part of the MCU again. I want to be Ghost Rider. I want another chance.
He had one good scene in that whole movie, and that's when he rides with Samuel L. That's my favorite scene from that movie.
Says
Hi,
Kate.
Kate.
Who is another? Oh, touche.
Says Kate that isn't on there. Touche. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Lance Guest. We talked about him once before. He was in the original Halloween 2. Oh, hey Kate.
Hi guys.
So
Sorry,
we were
I'm a
just.
bit late.
It's okay. We're just talking about the cast. We have Mike Brody played by Lance Guest, who previously was in Halloween 2, was like the love interest of Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wait,
but
in the film or in real life?
in the film.
Okay. I got a bit lost.
Yeah,
Such a crush on her.
but when I think about the cast, it's like there's all sorts of big names that like Michael Caine being the biggest one. I mean, there's plenty of good things to say about him. The guy was, but I was just shocked about him being in this movie. I'm just like, come on, you're better than this.
It was all for house payments, probably for all of them.
It was. It was the payoff. It was the payoff of Summer Home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in so many iconic films. I don't know why he chose to go in this one.
Exactly. He could have done so much better than this. Don, can you read my comment? What comment was that, Billy? Reason why?
Billy's on fire.
What?
I said Billy's on fire. He's just
Oh,
like
yeah.
firing those questions out.
Oh yes. Roy Scheider knew this franchise was just going to go under, and he was right. So he actually wanted out of Jaws 2. He felt there was no potential, but he was contractually obligated by Universal.
Yep.
Yep. So that's how it goes.
I wonder how much they paid Michael Caine.
It was no. It was. I haven't looked into that, but I know that all I know is that he was paying off a summer home.
Yeah, they
But,
must have paid him a lot to come back.
Oh yeah.
A lot.
especially for a bad film.
But
Yeah.
But one name that also stands out for me is Judith Barzey, who played Thea Brody, Mike's daughter. Yeah, Judith Barzey, like she was. Oh man, I don't know if you heard the story, Kate, about Judith Barzey, but she was a child actress who was she had
Oh,
yeah
is this the Land Before Time and
yeah
All
she
God
played
Go to
Ducky in
Heaven? Yeah.
she played Ducky in Land Before Time. Like she got involved with the director John Bluth, who asked her if she wanted to star in that film, and she said yep, yep, yep. And so he actually had turned that her response like there into Ducky's catchphrase because he thought it was adorable. And like Don Bluth cared like he actually absolutely adored Judith
Mm,
Barthy so much that he had her work with another movie that he directed, and it was All Dogs Go to Heaven,
yeah.
where she played Anne Marie, and that and then shortly after recording her lines, she was murdered by her father.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
Oh,
awful.
I didn't
Yes,
know that at all. Huh?
that's terrible.
yeah, yes, Billy. I was wanted to yeah,
Horrible.
Billy knows exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, so Judith Barzey had a very abusive alcoholic father who was constantly threatening her. And right before she was going to film Jaws: The Revenge, he threatened her with a knife.
Jesus.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm like, just that, just that, like, just that ungodly act alone was enough. I thought you would think that would be enough to have that monster kept far away from her.
Yeah. She
But
needed protection, definitely.
yeah, but authorities couldn't do much of anything at the time. But then, after she had finished filming or recording her lines for All Dogs Go to Heaven, her father, Joseph Barzey, or Joseph, I have a hard time figuring out how to pronounce his name, because they were, but
Dirtbag.
but anyway, what he did was, well, in July, what was it? Here, I have this written down right here. Okay, here it is. July 27th, 1988. He followed through with his years of threats by going into her bedroom while she was
Mm,
asleep, shooting her in the head, and then the wife heard the gun. The mother heard the gunshot, ran towards her room. Then he shot her, and then said that he burned the house down and killed himself in the garage.
Scumbag.
He
Sitting
is
duck makes me call him
absolute scumbag.
yeah. That's awful.
And what makes it's like it's what's tragic. Like that, what just makes All Dogs Go to Heaven, a sad enough movie as it is, even more tragic because the final lines that she recorded was when she was saying goodbye to the character Charlie, and she died before Burt Reynolds, who voiced Charlie, was recording his final lines to her. So like this was basically not just Charlie saying goodbye to Anne Marie; it was Burt Reynolds saying goodbye to Judith Barzey, and they couldn't even keep track of how many takes it, he had to do to record his lines because he just kept breaking down in tears.
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
But
That's so
I
sad.
feel that's so
Yeah,
tragic.
and to this day, Don Bluth refuses to talk to anybody about Judith Barzey because it's just too painful to him. I mean, she was basically
Mm,
like a daughter to him.
Amazing.
yeah.
In a bad way, amazing, but
Yeah,
amazing.
just terrible.
Yeah. Tragic, really. And Billy's right. They should have called the police and have him arrested, and
They
she would
did,
have lived.
Yeah,
they
but
did, but
you got to figure back then the police didn't do much compared to the way they do it now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
And I looked into more of her background. She's been in other TV shows, including Remington Steele, and I'm just thinking, oh, so she had briefly worked with Pierce Brosnan just before he became James Bond.
mm,
Yeah, and I saw her, and I looked back into like her works, and I'm just like, just made it all the more horrific to me because Judith Barzey, she reminds me so much of my 8-year-old niece Maeve.
mm,
Yeah. Oh, and yeah. So I bet Burt Reynolds was probably broken. Oh yeah, he said it was one of the
mm,
hardest things he ever had to do in his career was record those final lines of "All Dogs Go to Heaven." Oh, and the ending song, the song that was played in the end credits, "Love Survives," was dedicated to Judith Barzey.
Oh,
Yeah, man. Yes. So yeah, Sitting Ducks just pointed that out as well. Yes. I'm sorry, I missed that comment, Bill. Just Sitting Ducks. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I know, baby.
mm.
It's just one of the. It's just a horrific tragedy. Just
that
I
sucks.
just I can't just can't understand. I can. It's like I look at cases like this and I'm just like, what is going on in people's heads? Like, what makes a father, just
Snap.
completely,
Well,
completely snap and destroy a little girl?
Yeah.
yeah, he obviously wasn't right in the head, was he?
He
Like,
was,
no parent does that.
yeah, the man was clearly dangerous. And I mean, I feel like the police. It's like, as much as it's like, I really wish the police could have done a lot more.
Yeah.
She deserved better than that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, when I think about Jaws the Revenge, I think about just like look at Judith Barcy. I'm just thinking, she's just gone too soon, way too soon. Have you heard about what happened to Rebecca? Oh, yes, yes, but that's yeah, yeah. All dogs go to heaven, and Ducky. Yeah, like those were her. Ducky, I think, was her absolute favorite role that she did.
It's so
Yeah,
iconic as well.
it
You
is.
have one little.
Oh,
Oh, and yeah. So yeah, rest in peace, Judith Barcy.
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, 10 years old.
Jesus.
yeah, terrible.
Yeah,
Just sad.
yeah, it is. And let's see. So yeah, as much as I Yeah, much as I hate Jaws the Revenge, like I always try to look for some redeeming qualities in bad movies. So like, but there are not that many. Even but there's very few to exist in Jaws the Revenge. Like there was Michael Caine's involvement. Like you said, he was a national treasure to the UK. And yeah,
Yeah,
Land Before Time is a classic. I believe that. Yes, they didn't mind this. They written her character out of the sequel out of their spec. Yes, that's true. And they also replaced Burt Reynolds. I don't think he ever wanted to come back to that. Yeah,
no,
yeah. Oh, and I mentioned my niece Maeve. She recently learned about Jaws, and she asked me if she would ever be able to see it. And like the way I feel about it is this, though. I feel conflicted because it's like on one hand, it's like that's amazing. That's great that she takes an interest in one of the greatest classics of all time. A movie that I've loved my entire life. But you just don't know how a kid is going to react to seeing Jaws. I mean, sure, I saw Jaws when I was 5 years old, but I was different from most kids. I was able to tolerate things that most kids wouldn't be able to, and and you just never know what kind of effect this could have on an 8-year-old girl.
You
Absolutely.
know, I was just looking something up because I was curious.
Mm-hmm.
It says that the guy was arrested 3 times for drunk driving
Oh, I'm not surprised.
before Judas left to film Jaws: The Revenge. Now, if he was arrested 3 times, why didn't they just keep his ass?
They
yeah,
should have.
I hate it when they get people like that and they get arrested multiple times for drunk driving, and even when something tragic happens, they still get away with it somehow. There was a guy here that got arrested like 6 or 7 times, and they released him even after he killed some high school students out in front of the high school one day for
Jesus,
drunk driving. And I'm like, how the hell do you get away with that? You got to be an alcoholic to do that stuff. I mean, my God.
I know.
Just
Just disgusting.
completely.
Just
Yeah.
disgusting.
Thank you. Good word, Don. Good word.
Yeah.
And you kept it clean because I was going to cuss. Bad right there.
I mean,
Thank you.
yeah. I mean, hey, I could drop so many I could spew out all sorts of things as an adult about Judith Darcy's father, but I'm using a lot of restraints because I'm live, I'm on my YouTube channel. I try to promote a friendly environment, but yeah. So,
Yeah, no, absolutely.
but anyway, so yeah, like I was saying about Maeve, it's like the thing is she loves swimming. She loves going to the pool and going to the beach, and it's like I just don't want to ruin that for her by showing her Jaws. You know.
Right. Maybe that's something to discuss with her parents.
Yeah, I mean, my sister Kristen would not be very happy with me if I just put terror into Maeve. Like I that's the
Yeah.
last thing. That's the last thing I want to do is traumatize her with a
yeah.
movie.
Just wait till she's older.
Yeah,
12,
yeah,
maybe.
yeah. So let's just stick to Star Wars movies. They love those.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, babyface, I'm with you 100%. It's like I'm just at the point where I'm like, why do people even drink and drive? I mean, it's just something that's just never going to end well.
Nope, it never will end well. You know,
No.
you know, it, I've been around alcoholics most of my life. I'm shocked I didn't turn into one. But it's probably because I saw all the BS that they cause.
Yeah, I mean, 10 years ago, I was actually pulled over at a DUI checkpoint, and I had nothing to worry about because I wasn't drinking at all. And
Yeah.
so the cop did the routine where he checked my. Oh, here, I'll add Tom to this. Here, Tom.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Tom.
Thanks for guilting me into it, Kate. I appreciate
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yay.
All right, Tom. How's it going?
All right. One of the reasons I did come on though is because if you're going to say the name Michael Caine, and
Here
I've
we
said this
go.
before,
Here we
you
go.
have to do the correct pronunciation. And the way that you do the correct pronunciation is if you say the word cocaine, but it belongs to you. So it's my cocaine.
Oh God.
That's what you have to get. My cocaine.
Yeah.
That's how he said it.
Yeah. Here, I just want to.
Perfect.
Yeah. Here, let me just finish up one last thing here.
Sorry.
So like 10 years ago, I did get stopped at a DUI checkpoint. Of course, I wasn't drinking, so I never drink and drive, so I had nothing to worry
I
about.
never drink. I don't know what you're talking about.
So I had nothing to worry about. So the cop like checked everything and like explained to me what that they're doing DUI checkpoint, and I'm just like, telling them, I mean, hey, like if I, hey, believe me, I would never drink and drive. I mean, if it got to the point where I was intoxicated, it's like then I would just rather do Uber and just deal with getting in the car later. It's better doing that than risking my life or somebody else's life. And he
Yeah.
looks at me and says, "Smart kid."
Nice. They tried to give me the testing, if you will, and there was one I asked him to describe it or do it for me to show me. He couldn't do it. I was enough. I'm leaving. The one we
Say,
got
all
on
right.
the leg and
Flip the script. Pull out a notepad. Say, all right, sir, how much have you had tonight? Yeah, you might as well.
and I had
mean,
not
people-
drank. I had my ex got mad at me and threw a bottle of perfume at me and my car, and it exploded. And so he smelled alcohol.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Tom. Tonight, as you know, we're covering Jaws: The Revenge. I covered this years ago with Nick once before, but I have not seen the movie since. I marked my last review as the last time I will ever see this movie. But since we're covering since 50th anniversary, we're covering all the Jaws movies, and since this is Jaws: The Revenge, I'm just like, okay, fine, I'll review it, but this is the last time.
How many were there?
4.
Or
But they're planning to.
No,
I mean,
don't.
not planning to. Not planning to. It's just rumored. It's
No,
rumored that they would reboot it, but I'm like, yeah, nope, not happening. There's no potential at all.
Rob Zombie's going to come around and redo it, and he'll let that one go to Jaws 19.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Oh my God! You know what? And speaking of Rob Zombie, if you never saw the Monsters movie, don't.
Yeah, just don't.
I have not seen it.
Horrible.
No.
Horrible. It has
No.
nothing like the show. Nothing at all. And his wife as Lily. No, I don't buy it. No.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to go back to what Babyface was saying. She was talking about the shark was roaring at the end of the movie. Yeah, sharks do not have vocal cords. So what was that about?
It was a mutation.
It was definitely like a pre-recorded roar. I mean, you could definitely tell.
Was it a tiger shark?
Yeah,
No.
that's tiger shark. There you go.
I see what you did there, man.
It's like, and I've seen people like try to recreate the ending, like try to make improvements on it, and they actually do a better job with it than this movie does. If Rob Zombie remakes Jaws, I'm going to go crazy. Oh God, the whole world's going to go crazy if anybody remakes Jaws.
He needs to stop. I mean, he did a
Michael
good
Bay's
job
Oh my God, Michael
with the
Bay.
horror movies. He did a good job with the horror
Yeah,
movies.
like the Shark Be Gone or whatever the hell they were called.
But no, but not Jaws isn't really a horror movie. It's more of a suspense movie.
What about if Tim Burton did it?
I don't know. No matter what brilliant name they put on this film, it just will not.
How weird would that be if it was a Tim Burton one?
It would be. It would be very weird. Very, very weird.
Jaws,
But-
Scissorhands.
Billy.
Jaws, scissor Jaws.
there
Edward Scissor.
you go. It'd just be
Yeah.
Sharks don't have
Johnny Depp
psychic
would
or
have to be in it though.
Oh God. Of course. Oh, and also, supernatural powers. Yes, there was a unexplained plot point in this where Ellen Brody was having some sort of a telepathic link to the shark whenever it attacks someone.
Yeah.
So yeah, those who are confused about it, I'm right there with you because they never explained what the hell that was. It was very stupid, Billy. Very stupid.
Yeah, she thought the shark was stalking her. How the hell does a shark know where the hell you're at?
Exactly. So yeah, the whole point
Yeah.
of the plot of this is that Ellen Brody believes that a shark wants revenge on the family after the death of the shark of the original, which is implied to be like the father of that shark, and so the shark follows them from a New York island of Amity Island down to the Bahamas.
Well, this is the baby shark.
So
Again.
she thought the shark was talking to her. That's very reminiscent of a real life thing with a guy that thought a dog was talking to him, and that it was the devil talking through the dog and told him to kill people.
Oh, son of Sam.
Yeah,
Yeah, I actually saw like
Wow.
I actually went over some typed in like Jaws the Revenge clips. I didn't watch the videos. I just looked at people's comments on certain scenes. Like one person said, "How like what if the plot twist was that the shark was all just in her head and she was doing all the killings?" And I'm
Ooh.
like, "What?" I'm like, "What?"
That would have made it better.
Yeah, that would
Uh,
have made more sense.
it lives in her head with zombie. Zombie.
Yeah,
That whole line, "What's in your head?"
yeah.
Anyway,
Along with sepia tone flashbacks that she was not there for of events that she was not there for.
Yeah.
Yeah, they showed that at the end of the film as a way to like show her motivation for killing the shark. I'm like, yeah, we already know what your motivation is. The shark keeps attacking your family. We don't need to see those flashbacks.
Mm.
It was so stupid. It was so stupid.
Maybe instead of a reboot or whatever, it can just be a sequel and it's like the grandkids. No.
Well, I mean, the game Jaws Unleashed does feel somewhat of a sequel. I mean, the only two characters they have from the movies were the sons of Chief Brody and the mayor.
the
And,
grandkids of the shark,
mhm.
Baby Jaws, do 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 do. Baby Jaws, do do.
It's a fish. It's a turtle. It's a super shark.
Oh God, no! That just makes me think of that other horrible movie with sharks in it.
Oh god,
Sharknado?
Oh, don't even say the name.
Somebody had to say the name.
Sharktopus.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus.
Mm.
And
Although I
the-
never did. Wasn't the Meg about a shark?
Yes, the
I
Meg.
know that one I never watched.
The Meg is the Meg's okay. It's
The
not.
Meg was about Megalodon.
The Megalodon, yeah.
Yeah.
I
And,
wonder.
Shut up, Meg.
and it had, what was his name? Jason Stratham or Stratham.
Jason Statham.
Yeah, the guy
Jason
from
Statham.
Fast and Furious.
Was I in that?
Pretty
movie?
good movie, but the second
remember.
one kind of sucked.
Yeah.
I've done so many. I don't remember.
And also Babyface, yeah, like Michael Caine flying the plane, and like it's not clear like what he does like what he does for
Michael
money. He
Caine.
just says he delivers laundry. So I'm thinking, is that like a code word for drugs or something? Is he a drug peddler? Like what the?
yeah,
But,
no.
Yeah, but anyway, so when he crashes his plane into water to get to Ellen on the boat, so Michael, Brody, and Jake are like swimming towards the boat, but it shows the shark's point of view being right below them, but instead just goes to the plane. I'm like, you want revenge on the Brody family? There's your opportunity right there. He's right above you, and
Yeah.
yet you're just going for the plane.
Mario people.
So stupid.
I wonder if
But
they
it
spent
proved
their budget on Michael Caine. Like he got all the budget, so none of the special effects,
Michael Caine.
nothing was left. It all went
I
to
see what you're
Michael Caine.
Yes, that's another flaw, Babyface. When Hoagie leaves the plane and gets onto the boat, he climbs onto the boat completely dry. His clothes are completely
Well,
like
see, he learned from Frankie Valley. Now, or not Frankie Valley. Annette and Frankie. What was it? Joe, help me here. Joe, you're the only one that can help me, probably.
Avalon.
Right? Yeah. Like
Yeah.
he would go surfing in the movies and come out and his hair was perfectly dry, his
Oh,
bathing
yeah,
suit was
I
dry. So
remember that.
he learned from him. You know,
And
is what happened.
yeah, Frankie and Annette Funicello.
Yeah, well, I looked into this, and apparently the shot took so long to set up that, and it was a hot day, and Michael Caine's clothes just completely dried off by the time they were ready to shoot. But here's the solution: you guys are surrounded by water. You could have just had him jump back in and climb out. That would have taken not even a
Or I
minute.
thrown a couple buckets at him.
Yeah,
He's like, no, you're not paying me enough. No.
which I mean, which require, I mean. Then that shows that you were putting actual effort into this, which is definitely not what this movie was going for.
Those buckets would have put him over budget. They couldn't do it.
Yeah, that's right.
I can't do it. Come on.
Budget was 23 million.
23 million. What?
That's twice the budget of the original film.
Yeah, but they probably paid Michael Caine
Yeah.
$20 million to be in the movie to begin with.
I think so. Definitely.
And also, there's the character Jake, who is played by the Mexican actor Mario Van Peebles, who is doing a very poor Jamaican accent in this, like a Kingston accent. That just is obviously fake.
Wait. He did a Jamaican act. A Mexican person did a Jamaican act. No, that doesn't work.
He attempted.
That's not gonna. No, I mean, I'm sure there's some that could do it very well. I'm sure.
Yeah,
you know.
and
well, not Mario Van Peebles.
Yeah, and Babyface, I agree. There are so many things you could do with $3 million.
Yeah.
Far better things you could do with 23 million.
Could have made another Evil Dead movie, damn it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yes, it's true, Billy. He played Jake in this.
Yeah, he was Jake.
Yeah.
Not from State Farm.
No.
Different guy.
So.
Oh, sorry, my cookies fell. Oh,
whoa!
I went. Yeah.
Okay.
Insomnia Cookies. They have a location out in Evanston, where I was born. And these, like I picked these up earlier. I mean, I don't want these now. I just had them like over the side. But seriously, these are like about
keep you awake.
Almost $5 a piece, but they're worth it. These things melt in your mouth. They're amazing.
Why
they keep you awake?
Insomnia. Drugs in them?
They're called Insomnia Cookies because Evanston is a pretty much a college town. You know, like the Northwestern universities there, and so you got students who are pulling all nighters. So they made a cookie store close by that's called Insomnia Cookies. You know, for those all nighters.
Perfect sense.
Yeah. So
okay. I thought it might have like lavender or chamomile in them.
And down there they have THC in them.
Yeah. So you know what I did when I bought these? As I was buying them, I told the cashier that I rarely ever get cookies because I'm trying to put myself on a diet. But I told her that. But when I do get these, I gotta say it's always worth it because these are the best cookies I ever had in my life. And she said we appreciate that. And you know what? Just for that, we're gonna give you one extra cookie.
How do you need to be on a diet for?
Hey, so if anything, it just shows that it it pays to be kind to people.
Yeah.
What do you need to be on a diet for?
Same reason we do.
I mean, I understand why I would need to be on one. I'm rocking the dad bod hardcore, but
Is it Jack Black?
Yes, exactly, Babyface, exactly. And yes, if you're ever in Chicago, Insomnia Cookies, best stuff ever.
I wonder if they gold belly those. No pun intended. But I wonder if they gold belly those.
And it gets worse. To get everybody angry at this, it made $51 million at the box office.
What?
Oh my god! So it made almost twice its budget. It made just twice its budget back.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but half those people were extremely disappointed because the movie sucked, and they're like, "Why the hell did I pay for that in the first place?"
At least when it came out in the theaters, it was in 3D, right?
No, that was the last movie.
Yes,
I thought it was this one for some reason.
No.
But all the biggest critics hated this movie. I personally, I do not know anybody that ever liked Jaws: The Revenge. I mean, you look at the TV show that Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel had way back then in the 80s and 90s.
Siskel and Ebert?
Siskel and Ebert. They ripped into this movie. They pointed out so many flaws, like there's so much wrong with it. And Ebert said that he wanted to run up and punch the screen.
Wow.
We give it 2 big thumbs down.
Yeah, exactly. But I will say this though, if I ever do come across somebody who actually does like this movie, yeah, I'm not gonna be like, wait, what is wrong with you? This is the worst movie of all time. Yeah, it's like, no,
Well,
I'm not
you
gonna do that to anybody.
you
No,
did
like,
have a comment earlier from Mr. Dom saying great movie.
yeah,
I did see that. I was
he
there.
was being sarcastic.
Was
He
he?
he
Oh,
So
okay.
hates he hates it too. He's being sarcastic.
Ah.
Yeah, he was just trying to, but no, if somebody genuinely actually liked this movie, I would just ask, oh, okay, well, what do you like about this movie? You know,
Well,
I
it's a
mean,
movie and
yeah,
I
I'm
can
just trying
watch
to,
it.
yeah, I'm just trying to get like understanding. Yeah.
Yeah.
let's find somebody that likes it and get them on here.
What year was this one made?
I think that might be an
1987.
impossible task.
Yeah, it might be a very impossible task. Yeah, let's put a poll. Post on social media. Hey, if you guys like Jaws the Revenge, come on to FearFans podcast. Tell us what you find great about this movie.
And get
1987. I was 12 years old. I just hit puberty. I was going through like my voice change. It happened overnight. Like,
Oh yeah.
just,
I was 14.
Not to mention this has the lowest grossing. It definitely has the lowest grossing and lowest score on Rotten Tomatoes.
What, 1987?
87. I was 12.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like 21.
Oh
No,
no.
you weren't, Joe. You're already like 80.
Only Kate can get away with it.
Is it lightning there,
There's a
Kate? Did I
vampire.
see lightning?
I know, it
behind
looks like
you?
lightning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a storm coming.
Yep, there is.
Ew.
you know, even we're supposed to get them here, but we haven't gotten anything yet. So
Same.
Ooh,
Like 70
there's
degrees
such
here.
a big storm outside.
yeah, but you know, I'm closer to the Chicago than you are,
Hmm.
Chris. So
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
when
Absolutely.
they get bad weather, we get bad weather here in Wisconsin. But basically, I think the storm's going to go right under us.
Let me just check there's not
Well,
a
how does that
tornado
work?
watch.
Well,
How did-
it'll cover part of Wisconsin, but not the part that I'm in.
Oh, I see what you meant by under now. If you're looking at the map down, I'm thinking like it goes under the ground. I'm like, how the hell did I never saw a storm do that?
I think
Just like
it's,
go underground. Whoop.
I looked at the radar earlier, and I think it's just gonna
Comment.
Richard Jenny.
Right. fly with no rain.
I can't find the link. Billy, can you send it again?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I remember Richard Jenny.
Yeah. Not
Yeah.
well, but I do remember him.
Yeah, he was around 80s, maybe early 90s.
And Sarah, I actually believe that even Sharknado is better
Oh.
than Jaws the Revenge.
I never
least-
watched that one.
At least
I
that
never watched it.
at least
That
at
word
least
needs to be banned from the
No,
English language.
no. At least Sharknado is hilariously bad.
I'm going to ban the word. It's not allowed to be said anymore.
Yep. We got to keep all the Sharknadoes out by putting up a wall. That'll show them sharks.
We need to put up a Sharknado wall. That's what we do.
Okay, let's see if I can find it.
At least this wasn't in 3D, Don.
Well, that might have made it better.
3D won't make any difference. It's still bad no
No.
matter what.
It
3D.
might have
Yeah.
made it a little more tolerable. Because back then, 3D movies were like the cool thing, you know. Like that, it was at the downfall of the 3D movies, but they
Yeah.
were better in the 80s than they were when they first came out with 3D, when it was like black and white movies. Like the Three Stooges did a whole thing in 3D one time. Like, how does that work in black and white? I don't understand.
I got it. We're gonna save it for the end, Billy. Yeah, we're gonna save it for the end. Shark needs to be banned from reality. I mean, I have seen much worse films than Sharknado. I will say that.
Anything with sparkly vampires?
Oh, geez, that's even worse. Oh, don't even
Okay.
get me started on that.
Okay. You want to know what's the worst horror film I've ever seen? I talked about this once before when we covered Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I mentioned that the Kyoto brothers. Oh, we lost Kate. Yeah, I mentioned that the Kyoto brothers, who are known for doing special effects and puppeteering in movies, right? Well, they also worked on this movie called Pinata Survival Island, and it's absolutely horrid.
When did that come out? Roughly.
2002.
There you go. Anything after 2000 sucks.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, it's a movie about some college kids doing a competition, finding undergarments, so like all scattered all over the island, and by hitting pinatas to get them. And they find a demonic-looking pinata that's made out of clay, possessed by evil. They try breaking it open. They awaken the evil inside, takes possession of the pinata, and it beats people to death. Yeah,
It sounds like a free game that you would get from Steam.
yeah, it's the worst horror film I've ever seen in my life.
It sounds like a horrible side quest on a game or something.
Yeah. Oh, yes,
Worst
Billy.
one I've seen is called what was it? Weed Wolf.
Yeah, yeah, Billy. I sent you a link to the video where I talk about that briefly. So yeah, check that out. You'll see why.
Oh, sorry, guys. I have to go now, but I'll try and be in the comments.
Oh, no problem,
That's
Kate.
15
Hey,
stuff
take
again.
care.
Yeah, now that I've guilted Tom into coming on and he's here, I gotta go.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Stay safe. The storm hit.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I'll try and be in the comments. But yeah, it was so nice to see you guys. It's such a nice group. Yay.
Yeah.
I'll see
Not a
you
stick is
soon.
we got goals here.
Yeah, now you're gonna go away and it's gonna be a sausage
All
ball.
right. Take care, Kate. I hope your cat does better.
Ew.
Wow, Tom.
Thank you.
Wow, Tom.
I had to come up with something to say. It was the first thing that came to mind. And
Yeah.
Of course.
Do you think that the Killer Pinata movie is worse than Jason Goes to Hell? Yes, it's worse. It's worse than all of those combined.
I mean,
There's
Jason
no-
Goes to Hell was bad for the franchise, but it was tolerable enough to watch at least once anyway.
No. Pinata Survival Island is just completely barren of any sense, any logic, any entertainment value whatsoever.
Like, I would rather watch Jason Goes to Hell than the reboot of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh yeah, I
Any
can see
day.
that. Yeah, I
Any
can see
day.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah, but like there were like the characters in Pinata Survival are so stupid. Like there was like a scene where like they were trying to walk to like trying to like find a way out, but then one of them has a rock inside his shoe, said hey stop, but then this turns into like a big drama. And it's like, okay, then it's to the point where they just get annoyed and leave him behind. And I'm like, okay, by the time you guys were arguing, he could have taken his shoe off and got the rock out, you bunch of idiots.
My shoe is permanently attached to my foot.
Yeah, it's like seriously, so stupid.
Why did
Anyway.
I put these ones on today? Sorry.
I know, I gotcha. Oh yeah, Dream Child, yeah, it's not that great.
What? No, you know what? I don't mind the Dream Child because it goes along with the story from the third one on. When we first meet Alice, or in the fourth one, we first meet Alice.
Yes, they
and,
do,
and
Billy.
she gives birth
They
to
do.
the Dream Child.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, that's true, Billy. They do that in that movie, Pinata. So stupid movie. Anyway,
But 3 is the best of the franchise. We all know that.
it is good. Yes.
Dream Warriors.
Yeah. Oh, is there something? There's something I wanted to ask you. Is there another movie you consider worse than Jaws: The Revenge? Yes, I just stated one, and that's Pinata Survival Island. There's another. There are a couple that I saw on Mystery Science Theater 3000, and that's the only way I can watch those movies because of how bad they are. Like seriously, if it wasn't for the comedic commentary of Mystery Science Theater 3000, I would never be able to watch these two movies. And those two movies are Devilfish, which is a ripoff of Jaws from Italy, and Werewolf, which was like a more recent film from 1996. It was, oh god, it's an absolute mess. It
Well,
really
all
is.
the sparkly vampire movies are worse too. I'm just saying.
No.
Unless you're a girl.
If you saw what I've seen on that, you would disagree wholeheartedly. And see,
Well, I
how-
lived through the 70s and the 80s, so I saw a lot of bad horror movies, believe me. But like low budget horror movies.
Oh,
too.
God, Son of the Mask. That one's horrible. I forget that. I try to forget that one exists.
Yeah. Though there was like a fan made movie that's like a way prequel to The Mask that talks about Loki when the mask was made and all that, like where his powers went into it.
Right. Yes, I remember that.
Oh yes, Billy. That's the movie. I remember that movie. That's the movie that killed killed Mike Myers' career.
Well, there's a lot of factors at play there that killed his career.
Yeah,
That's one of them.
Love Guru.
Yeah, well, yeah, and then he started to be one of the actors that was leaning towards voicing their political opinions, which the public does not care.
Right.
We like Mike Myers because he's an actor. Act, be funny, be Wayne.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
There's
Be
so
Wayne.
much-
Come on.
I liked him when he killed people. Oh wait, wrong Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So yeah, the sole reason why they made Jaws: The Revenge is because they just made enough money from Jaws 3D to make. They decided they have enough money to make another movie, so they figured why not? It's like, well, you could just not.
We had 23 million left over. Let's just see what we can make.
23 million. There's far better things you could do with that. Way better. It's
I
like
can think of
feed.
it.
I don't know. Feed starving children in Africa. Like start some kind of a charity. I don't know something. There's a million things you could do.
Donate it to
You know,
Tom's.
donate it to This Is Tom's World. Something, anything. You know,
Even
I
that.
mean,
You see, even that would be a better cause.
yeah, it
Even
definitely
that
would.
would be ridiculous.
It definitely would.
And I could stop donating.
Yeah.
I would donate
Uh,
to this channel too, but I never see a way
Yeah.
to donate.
And so, Tom, yeah, I was mentioning earlier about people's rumors about there being a reboot or a remake of Jaws, and I was just like, my expectations for that would be about as low as this movie's score on Rotten Tomatoes.
I mean, I don't know with
Oh,
the AI assisted
yes, yes, Sarah.
stuff. It 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 might be it might be okay now, but they shouldn't do it. They
Hmm.
should just make a new movie about a shark that has nothing to do with the storyline of Jaws, just a brand new one,
They
Or it
did.
doesn't even have to be a shark.
They did The Shallows. I like The Shallows.
Yeah,
Or
you
it could be some other water dwelling thing, like the shrimp or something. You know what I mean? It's like some big shrimp that that mutated, or
I think they might have done that somewhere.
I'm
I
sure.
think so. It sounds familiar, actually.
Yeah, I know they did like a killer, like deep sea crustacean. It was Deep Star 6. Yeah, that was like 1989, the year of underwater movies, where you also had The Abyss and Leviathan.
I like the abyss.
Yeah, well, does The Abyss count as horror? Like, if
Yeah,
so, if not, because I don't. I was about to say it's more a sci-fi thing,
yeah,
but yeah,
definitely
So,
sci-fi.
like
I
but
remember when
Leviathan,
those came
yeah,
out.
yeah, but Leviathan was definitely horror.
Yeah,
Oh,
the abyss was more like
Lois,
aliens and
how's it going, Lois? Hello, Lois. How's it going?
Lois. What's up?
Nicholas is tired.
Yeah, Nick. Yeah, I talked to Nick before the show started. He said he was exhausted because of all the stuff he had to do. I told him, okay, hey, don't worry more about the podcast. Just get some rest, man. We'll talk later. So, yeah,
And he didn't even play with us on Sunday, man.
some franchises should stay dead. Others just keep going and going. Yeah, they do. And speaking of franchises that keep going, believe they found their new James Bond. They
Oh
just
no,
announced. Yeah,
Nick Cage?
no,
there
not
should
for
have only been one.
Who is
That's
it?
that'll be me, legendary Scotsman actor Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, shaken, not stirred.
Although sometimes when he said it, it sounded like he said "shake your nuts, nerd." But
Wow.
like, it did. One time I had to do a double take and rewind it, and all right, no, he didn't say
No. Excuse me, are you making fun of how I talk?
that.
But yeah, Sean Connery, he was a legend.
Sean Connery and the
Uh,
new
the-
Roger Moore.